Untitled Chapter.
Welcome to Coin Talk, the crypto show that's 100% honest and 100% no la. Our team of veteran coin traders discuss coins, trading strategies, and the latest scam on the doorstep. These people don't sell halves on doubles, they sell on quinquag and tuples. Tired of getting wrecked? Let the Coin Talk homies help you out. Mining, TA, trash can coins, we have it all. Remember, it's okay to lose. Just win more. Developer dies, still become the whale of your coin. Takeover of a takeover. We've been through it all. Don't get ninja coined. Stay tuned for an hour of funformation.
All right, we are live. Welcome to Shitcoin Talk, episode 7. I'm here with the boys. We'll start introductions. I'm Toilet. At Dumb on Twitter. We'll throw it over to Bitcoin Dad and let's set this off.
All right, what's up, guys? Bitcoin Dad, altcoin trader. Love those new coin launches, miner, and fundamental analysis is my specialty. Crypto Rogue?
Yeah, I'm Crypto Rogue. That's at Crypto Rogue on Twitter. And my expertise is bag holding a lot longer than I should. Let's throw it over to Godson.
Here we go. Uh-oh.
My name's Godson, and I'm the new Trex owner. I did a Trex takeover last week, so yeah, I'm not going to be delisting your bags anymore. And
Thank you.
over to,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
over to Crypto Juggler.
I'm at Crypto Juggalo, miner at heart, been in the game since March 2015. Essentially kind of linger around and survive the shenaniganery of the space to the best of my abilities, and off to need a coin.
Shenaniganery.
Hey guys, need a coin on Twitter. Basically just trying to find good altcoins to invest in with good potential projects and developers who are actually working on their coins. Pass it off to nobody. We're done here.
We're done. All right, so
Get this party started.
we missed last week. Sorry, had some stuff going on, but alas, we are here now. We're looking at some shit coins. I don't know, a lot of stuff happened this week. Got Potcoin going off, got Golden, got Zcoin, and just a lot of shit happening on Polo and not on Polo. So I figured we start off talking about Zcoin if you guys want to get that one out of the way.
That's it.
Bitcoin Dad was more in that one than I was when I get up. It's not on Coinigy, so I have to go to the Nova exchange. But
Yeah, it's currently on Nova and Cryptopia. And I think
big volume one.
I think another one, Coin Exchange IO or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's an exchange no one's ever heard of. I don't even know what it's called.
I mean,
It's called.
All the volume that matters is on Nova, so that's basically where you need to worry about it. Everything else is playing off of that.
yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could get the chart on Coinigy. This chart's not that great, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
congrats to Nova, by the way. They had a hack, came back, and now they're doing over 100 BTC volume, so you know.
yeah. So wait, how much did they even lose during the hack?
I have no idea.
I don't think it was that much, maybe like 20 BTC
Yeah, like
altogether.
20.
I mean, it was like random altcoins and some Bitcoin and what have you, but they did make an effort to pay most of it back. I think there's still some balances left over.
Yeah, I believe there's still a few balances left over from that, but they definitely have the volume now to pay it back. So
Exactly.
Yeah, so they just take their volume profits and just put it. That's good. That's good to hear.
Zcoin kind of hit my radar early on.
Other than
Luckily,
make on that
it kind of caught my eye once it launched, and I popped into its Slack, and then the fundamentals kind of kicked in on my end. I saw there was a bunch of people in there. I think when I first saw, there was over 300 people in their Slack. But then I started seeing some of the things coming up, with their prior project and kind of what's evolved into what it is now. So I think people are a little hesitant, but you know, the developers are in there and they seem to be moving forward. I mean, I'm not much of a code guy, so I can't really go in there and verify what they're claiming necessarily. But for me, the fundamentals were going off early on, and it's really took off.
Yeah. So the only thing that Zcash is like, I don't even know how to explain it really, but they are two different like zero coin, like, you know, they're different.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but
It's they both work on zero knowledge, but Zcash is using a specific type of zero knowledge proof. I think it's called ZK Snox or something.
yeah.
And zero coin is still zero knowledge, but I'm not really sure which.
I think it's literally zero coin. Where I thought that it was like if you wanted an anonymous transaction, it sends it to a different blockchain, and then it does send, and then it destroys the coins and mints new ones and some other stuff.
Yeah, the basic thing is they use a very sort of, it's not like the typical blockchain proof system where each coin is verified from sort of the coin it comes from, you know. So you know a Bitcoin is a Bitcoin because it's been like linked to 1,000 other ownerships and blocks. So, but yeah, it uses a different thing. And again, like Bitcoin said, I can't really explain it to you or verify it because I'm not that good. But
yeah, I think the URL is Zcoin rocks, zcoin.rocks or something like that.
Yeah. I claim it's good. They've been doing it for like 2 years or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, go look at the technicals about it or the fundamentals, because like we can't explain the technology, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
But as far as the chart goes, obviously it started off real slow. I think it was under everybody's radar that first week.
Yeah, they didn't even have an hit thread, and they didn't.
Yeah, once somebody had to copy the thread over from Reddit. Last I checked. But once I think some people got into it, we started hearing a lot of Twitter chatter on it. And
Twitter shilling.
Yeah, 2 days ago, we kind of topped out there in the high 80s, but it looks like we're settling above 500,000 right now.
Yeah.
So that right now that appears to be the floor. We'll see if it holds. It's pretty well defended. Good number of buys coming in if you look at the order book. Really deep order book for an exchange like Nova. And so basically we'll see, I expect if any news, we could see a buy up real fast again, possibly another attempt, to kind of get into that 700,000, 800,000 range again.
Yeah, it looks like
go for a new high.
The wedge, it just looks like a big ass wedge. So I mean, there's like a lot of like people selling up here, but a lot of buyers too. So it's going to be once they break out, I think it's going to be pretty good. The only thing is, I'm not sure that I would hold on to this after, or like right before Zcash actually launches, because this could take a big hit after. The hype is so strong right now, but it's because Zcash isn't out yet, I think. So when the hype goes over to Zcash, I don't know if I'd be holding this one so long.
I mean,
Agree.
I'd like to say that I've watched that order book go like sub like 10 BTC to now it's just crazy. I mean, last I checked, it was like 80 BTC on the buy side. So there's something there, but we could see another run up right before Zcash launches, and then depending on how Zcash goes, it could go straight back down to death, or
Yeah, or it could run up with Zcash. I don't know.
Yeah, it could correlate or just die with it. Who knows?
But I mean, considering the market cap's still really low, even at these prices. I mean, I want to say $1 million market cap's like at 1 million Satoshi. So, I mean, potentially it could run a lot more.
Yeah, there's upside. That's for sure.
But at the same time, it does have the same. I mean, I know the difficulty is picked up, the mining's kind of slowed down, but from my understanding, it's like the same structure as Bitcoin. So a lot of it's going to be mined up front.
Right, and there's I think GPU miners. There's not even really any out yet, but they're coming soon. So it's a bunch of CPU miners and stuff. I think
Kind
I
of,
tried to mine it, and I think I mined like a coin a day or something stupid. Like, it's hard. There's no optimized miners, and it's all CPU for right now.
Yeah, I just gave up. I think I had like half a coin in like a day.
Dude, I've been mining for like a week, and I've got like a coin a day. Except now it's like half a coin a day. It's like, I don't know. That's funny. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah,
Hold your bags,
Zcoin.
man.
That's interesting. Hold your bags. Oh, no. Bad advice, man. Bad advice.
Yeah, I think going back to fundamentals with that, Zcoin has ties to Moneta, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah.
They did Zcoin, at least on their blog, have a pretty decent breakdown on the differences between Zcoin and Zcash that suggest heading to for the curious. But it essentially looks like there's different protocols that they rely on, where Zcoin's leveraging the zero coin protocol and Zcash leverages the zero cash protocol. Kind of both based off academic work that you could find through like Google Scholar, but do have overlapping authors. And it kind of goes through, breaks out that like, so one of the key differences is that Zcash conceals the amount of money set in each transaction, where Zcoin doesn't. And they're purporting that Zcash is less prone to privacy timing attacks than Zcoin, yet that comes with a bigger trade-off they're claiming for Zcash, that you have potentially undetected hyperinflation in zero cash money supply. There's a handful of others too, but pretty decent blog post comparing the two.
Yeah, that's good. I'll have to. I can probably throw that up on the Twitter after we're done with the show.
I remember somebody talking about a while ago is that, hypothetically on the Zcash side, the devs could just mint as much coins as they want, and because it's essentially so private, nobody will be able to detect that. So you could have, the greatest pump and dump of all time if they really wanted to. If they were playing a long con and wait for it to hit peak value, and then it just basically shit on everything. So not that the devs want to do that, they could really care about their project like, all the other crypto devs do. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, of course all those devs love their projects. A lot. Well, I think that's a good rundown on Zcash and Zcoin.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I have a lot of faith in the Zcash devs, because they're not your average shitcoin anonymous dev from nowhere. So a lot of people are concerned about that, as they should be, but I wouldn't put too much faith in just saying, oh yeah, they're gonna put mine like whatever and then dump it or whatever. I'm actually more afraid of the Zcoin devs, because as Juggler said, this thing used to be Moneta, right? But now they claim that was just the test net, and it was traded on a Polo, I think. So yeah, to me, I'm more scared of the Zcoin devs than the Zcash ones. But I'm still gonna make money no matter what.
Yeah, new things are just scary.
It's a lot of speculation on speculation, really, right now. So
yeah.
We don't really have price predictions, I don't think, for either coin, simply because we don't really know anything yet.
Zcash to 1 Bitcoin each.
Like as day to day, you can make some money there. There's obviously money to be made there, but long term, it's just speculation on speculation. And we've seen this come out with every coin. Ethereum had lots of coins that came out around it, and a bunch of other coins just get mimicked too, and it's just part of crypto. You see it all the time.
Yeah.
So some survive, some don't. So right now it's just speculation.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that's a good rundown. Juggalo, thanks for the explanation. It kind of summed it up pretty well. We move on to whatever else. I know if someone wanted to talk about Verge currency, it's on Bittrex. We'll jump into that. I think a few of you guys know about that one.
Yeah, I'll kind of start off with it. They go for the anonymous. They're another one of the anonymous coins. The black hole is definitely the big project. do your own research, but that Bitcoin Talk forum, it's probably got the most options you're going to get out of any of these altcoins for wallets and other sorts of usages for the coin. Overall, the dev's always there, working really hard. We just had a halving the other day here, so lots of good things for going for Verge right now. Dogcoin Dark for life, though.
Yeah, Dogecoin or Dogecoin Dark for life.
Is that the final halving for Verge?
I think they have one more, but it's like a long ways out.
Okay.
Like currently, I think the block reward is only like 1,500 coins.
Yeah, it's pretty
Is that where
ridiculous.
we're at?
We did the math, and Rogue came up with at like 3 Satoshi, it's like 0.06 Bitcoins.
Well, I thought it was the final one. So if it's the second to last, we essentially double it. So at 3 Satoshis, it's 0.12 BTC worth of sell pressure being mined.
So like $70 a day.
Yeah, which is compared to a lot of other coins, that's pretty low.
Yeah.
The biggest issue with Verge right now is that you get a lot of people that are just trying to do a quick flip from 3 to 4. So they just stack their buys at 3, and as those buys hit, they'll just put up a sell at 4, and it kind of locks it in there repeatedly. And every now and then it breaks out of that. I think what I'm almost counting on is that there are some bigger players out there that just steadily that are buying and just holding on to those coins, taking them out of the supply. And once we get some more developments, which don't know when they're going to come out with them, but I know the dev's pretty talented compared to most, we could see it take off again.
Yeah, because he actually cares about his project.
I mean, it's been holding steady at this range for quite. And like if you think about it, the sell pressure just got cut in half.
Right.
But it doesn't mean it's going to pump automatically. A lot of people like to think it does. I think the last time it had a halving, it took about 2 months before it really moved again.
Yeah,
so it could be a while. So you can set some buys at 3 and just maybe they'll hit by the time Christmas rolls around. Or then market buy some at 4 when those sell walls appear, because they tend to get eaten up within a day or two.
Yeah, you're going to be waiting in line at 3 for a while. Maybe you're behind 20 Bitcoins, but it's possible.
I mean, for me, a coin like this, I don't mind holding, just because I followed this coin for a couple of years now. I mean, I want to say it's been out for a good 2 years. Developers always working hard. So at these levels, I really don't mind, stacking up a bag and being patient.
And 3 sats seems to be a very solid floor for it now. I don't foresee it getting dumped below that at all.
Yeah, I was looking historically, like this blue box right here at the bottom I put up is the lowest 3 sat, and then right above is 4 sats. So I mean, historically, like these motherfuckers got buys at 2.
I mean, it takes
like that.
It takes just as much Bitcoin to double it as it does to drop it down below 3. So the odds are in our favor that it's gonna go up.
Yep.
The other good thing going for it is it is on a whole bunch of exchanges. It's on pretty much every exchange minus Polo. They got kind of their own anonymous projects going on over there, I feel. But overall, the dev's not going anywhere. He's just working hard on this project. So if you're comfortable with sitting on a long-term project, this is definitely one you can feel comfortable with, I feel.
If you buy it, don't just remove it from your portfolio balance, because it's nothing like watching your depending on how big your bag is, you could see your portfolio go up and down, half of Bitcoin as diverged between 3 and 4.
Yeah, so. It sucks. Sometimes it hits 5, you're just like, woo, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to say that the biggest issue with Verge is, like, it's not on Polo, so like it doesn't have that, Polo pump thing going for, literally every shitcoin out there. But if it did, we'd be at 30 or 40 right now.
Oh yeah, and there's always that possibility with a coin like this that it could just hit Polo, like.
Yeah.
So that would be a big catalyst for a pump, I think.
That's the way I look at it. I mean, right now the market cap's at 138. I mean, $327,000. So this has been a long project going on for years. Developers still working hard. They're still bringing out new technology, new releases. So in my eyes, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I agree. I've got some. I think everybody's got some.
It's got to be patient, so guys, don't go into this thinking you're going to get paid out tomorrow.
Yeah, this is not a quick flip. This is definitely just you're sitting this for a while. I'm not as ever, so.
Yeah, I consider this kind of like one like a Digibyte where, I mean, Digibyte. I think I got it back. It's going to be a long hold for sure, but I think that it's a kind of a no-brainer as well. Like depending on where you buy it, obviously, but this is one I feel comfortable holding for a while. So that's good. That's good.
What else we got on the list?
Man, we got a lot of stuff. Someone was asking about C2. I know Rogue knows a little bit about C2. It's, shit, I don't know. A lot of stuff. Pot, Pot and Golden were kind of suggested, but I mean, we already know what happened. Altcoin got a stupid ass pump. Those damn stoners. Man, I don't know. Are you guys looking at anything? What do you guys got on the list?
C2. I got a chart up if we wanted to take a look at it.
Okay, yeah, we definitely jump into C2 real quick.
Share my screen real quick.
That is on Poloniex, so.
Yeah, so C2, it's one of those coins, low cap coins. It's still a very low cap compared to everything else on Polo. We had that big spike to 650. I actually expected it to go a lot further once it broke out above most of the previous highs, but it kind of came back down pretty aggressively. It looks like it's settling on top of the previous accumulation range, kind of above that 300 level. For a long time, anything below 300 was actually a decent buy before the most recent run-up. But it hasn't crashed completely, which I consider a reasonably promising sign. So, it's one of those ones where we've seen recently a lot of Polo coins have been spiking and coming back down and then kind of bleeding out sideways for a little bit and then really taking off. So it's hard to say if the spike earlier this week was kind of a test pump or not. It had a good bit of volume to it compared to some of the other historic spikes. So, I still have a pretty sizable bag. I've been adding to it a little bit down here in the low 300s because it looks like it's going to hold these levels, and we'll see what happens here in the coming weeks if it decides to really go for it or not.
Right. Is that so? What's the story with C2? Is it like what kind of coin is it? Do you have any ideas about that?
No, I think somebody said the dev actually jumped ship to another project. So it could be one of those that just pumps because the market makers decide to pump it, which on Polo that happens all the time. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, coins that don't have devs don't pump." It's like, no, the coins that pump when the market makers decide that they want to make it move, dev or not. It doesn't fucking matter how awesome your project is. If somebody wants to make a piece of shit go times 2,000, they'll make a piece of shit go times 2,000. There are plenty of us that haven't done
We've
shit.
seen that this week.
Yeah. Look at DGB, which has an awesome dev, and that just refuses to go above 70. It likes to do the fake outs, and then you have the boy geniuses over at Ethereum who can't fucking keep a single fork running properly. So it's holding up. I would have liked it to have gone higher, but we're kind of waiting and seeing what happens from here.
Yeah, I got the market cap up in the supply, so it's like just under 100 million coins on C2. The market cap is $214,000.
That's still so tiny compared to other things. You could times that by 5 from here easily without much effort.
Just for shits and giggles. Yeah, there are a few coins that on Poloniex that have that type of market cap that still waiting for shit to happen to, but only time will tell, you know.
And even on the spike, you look at some of the really Horizon this week, the volume tends to break 1,000, right? So when it's in the low couple of hundreds, that's almost always been the warm-up, and depending on how illiquid the market is, it can cause it to move a lot. But once you start pushing towards, the 1,000 BTC volume, and definitely up into the 2,000 BTC volume, that's when kind of the pump is on. And we never saw that with C2. I think C2's volume was like never really above maybe 200 to 300 BTC. So, for a aggressive pump, that's almost 1/10 of the volume that you'd expect.
Yeah, and when the volume breaks 1,000 or even 500, then it's pretty quick to 1,000. After that, it's pretty quick to, if it's going to go higher, thousands of volume, Bitcoin's volume in just a little bit. So it's fast. Happens real fast. You brought up Ethereum. I'm wondering if you guys had an opinion now that there's going to be another fork. But like, if but you think Ethereum Classic's still going to be a thing? Is like, you think this other fork's going to make rounds, or what do you guys think about that?
What I heard, ETC is going to hard fork because the Chinese dev lead wants it to, and then Ethereum almost has to hard fork, otherwise their coin's going to die because they can't handle the DDoS attacks. Coinbase is about ready to withdraw support from Ethereum. They're not happy, so it's kind of waiting and seeing. I know it's losing mining hash pretty quickly as it's dropping in price. It's rapidly becoming. It's still profitable to mine a little bit, but if the price keeps on sliding, it might not be for people running GPU rigs. So and that's the thing. If some of these other anonymous coins come out with GPU miners, we could see coins like ETC and Ethereum hurt real bad. New farms pivot over to coins with a much higher potential, because at that point that opens them up to more attacks and things like that. So that could also come into play as well outside of their DDoS and forking problems.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I didn't know that Ethereum Classic was actually forking too.
They've recommended. I don't know if they've decided they're going to or not, but I know I was reading an article on it the other day or today that the kind of the ETC guy in China wants them to recommends that they fork, and I think he's got good support for it. So
it's interesting.
Yeah, in my opinion, with all the stuff going on with Ethereum and it being worth $1 billion market cap, I think there's definitely other places that you can put your money while all this stuff settles itself out, right? No need to force something.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good advice, I think. What else could we jump into?
What's your guys' take on, you guys see that post on Polo and their security concerns?
No, I didn't.
Oh, no? You guys, any guys see that on Twitter? Anybody seen that yet?
No, I did not. No.
Really?
Uh-oh.
I kind of dipped into it for a second, but again, my coding skills are I'm an insurance dude, so yeah, that's not my specialty, but
let someone else handle that.
Yeah, there's definitely, I guess, some rumors swirling around about it.
Well, unless you have your keys, they're not your coins, right? So everybody should always be careful when using exchanges.
Yep, definitely be cautious.
Yeah,
so where's the post?
Let me see if I can link you guys.
CryptoCoin News put up something. Let's see, that would have been today. They put up something, an article on cryptocurrency exchange Poloniex insecure security review claims.
Got it. All right, well, let me read that real quick, and I can chime in on that in a minute.
Ooh, Poloniex.
It looks like it pretty much spawns back to a post that came out today on Bitcoin Talk from member Xavier59 kind of claiming, making some claims on kind of some of the ways in which they're going through handling some of the code that was insecure.
Ooh.
But yeah, not sure how much validity there is in all of it. Haven't looked too closely into it, but good reminder to keep only what you're willing to risk on exchanges. And
Yeah, it's exactly as Bitcoin said. If you don't have the keys, they're not yours. If you don't have control of the wallet, then it can be taken away from you.
Absolutely.
Huh? That's scary, man. You're trying to give me nightmares.
I'll be curious to see if we get a response from them.
Right. I mean, it sounds like it looks like it's a coding issue with the website. Obviously, I think for a lot of us, it's whether or not that will allow somebody to get administration privileges that can get them into the wallets, and how secure are our coin wallets from other people, and the security on that side of things. Because if there's a good layer of separation between the two, we're okay. If there isn't, there's an issue there. As long, obviously, 2FA, email verification, all that should be enabled for everybody by default. And if you don't, you're an idiot. So the question is, if somebody, like in the article they mentioned being able to get access to the troll box and share a malicious link, that's a real concern, because you could put malware on somebody and just drain their accounts dry. But if they get that kind of access, what else could they do with that? How much can an admin get to wallets? Can they get permission to move people's coins around? Stuff like that is the real concern. It doesn't look like they can attack wallets directly, if I'm reading that right. But hopefully Polo gives us a response here pretty soon, and we can rest a little bit easier.
Yeah, the thing about you talk about separation of wallets on the exchanges, and that's a really big thing. But also, if they get into the Poloniex itself, and they can get the passwords and emails from everybody, if you use the same combination on every single exchange and you don't have two-factor authentication, then your other exchanges are also at risk as well. So there's a lot of factors in it, but yeah, I'm sure they will tweet something, because they usually do follow up things like that pretty quickly on their Twitter. So
obviously, with them being the biggest, they're going to get attacked, and obviously people are going to try, right? So
yeah,
go where the money
goes. The fact that it
goes.
hasn't happened, in almost 3 years since the Lost hack, leads me to believe it's not as easy. As the guy makes out to be, because MintPal's gone down since then. We've had a whole bunch of other hacks, and just based on the volume alone, Polo is a prime target, easier than the Bitcoin exchanges, since the Bitcoin exchanges, they only have a small handful of different coin wallets to deal with, whereas Polo has dozens. You'd think that would open them up to more potential vulnerabilities, and we haven't seen anything yet. And you would have expected to happen again by now if it was going to happen, unless somebody maybe is biding their time. I don't know why they would. But yeah, I think somebody might just be spreading a little bit of FUD on that one. I wouldn't panic. But hopefully we can get a response from Polo. Just a reply to that, why it's valid, not valid, and just kind of maybe clarify if, for example, like the article said, somebody was able to get Trollbox administration privileges, what they could not do with regards to the rest of the site.
Right. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll hear something soon. I was just kind of looking through some of the messages and things I got on the Twitter. People are also asking. I don't know if you guys are in rep. I don't know how you say it, Augur. If you guys are looking into that at all, or no?
I skipped that one.
Yeah, I skipped it as well. So
because that was the ICO way back when.
Yeah.
Last year was it was last year. You bought it with Ethereum, dirt cheap. So
yeah, people are doing really well on that.
Didn't they start up 20, 30, 40 right off the bat? So
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
30 times right off the hop or something like
Yeah, it
that.
seemed like where it was like at a above like $10 a coin, like that was pretty ridiculous for some of the early buyers.
Yeah. If my connection is fine, I'll just put some sense on it. I bought I think it was September last year, and they were supposed to launch in December around Christmas time, but they kept pushing the launch date because they had to get the software right. So I mean, yeah, if you think about it, it's up 20x, but it's up both in BTC and in like that 20x is an aggregation of both BTC and USD. So I mean, yeah, it's up a lot actually, but I wouldn't put. I mean, if you held your Ethereum and you didn't buy rep with it, you'd be up like 20x too. So I mean,
right.
I wouldn't really put. Yeah, a lot of people kept saying that. I mean, I think it's still quite expensive, but I wouldn't just take that 20x thing on blind faith. So.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in a lot of the ICOs that have come out recently. Lisk and Waves haven't really done anything. I think the guys managed to move out of their kitchen and they hired somebody to manage their Twitter account. Like, I don't know what they're doing. So
Rise Coin.
and there's Rise as well that, like I said, not hearing a whole lot of stuff despite the fact that these guys raised a fuck ton of money.
Breakout Coin.
Breakout Coin. I mean, they've all just gone down. Like they've done nothing but go down. They had some nice waves on the launch, and you can see that if you look at that hour chart, up, down, up, down, up, down. But overall, they've been sliding down. So we'll wait and see where it settles. Maybe this is a ICO with devs that give us meaningful updates on a frequent basis. We'll kind of wait and see. Yeah, Lisk was awesome when it launched. It was wild. It was a wild ride those first 2 days.
Well, I mean, ICO price was 18,000. So I mean, it did do some Iron Man numbers for sure.
Yeah.
But it's taking a dump.
This is actually not really. If you think about it, it's been above ICO price since it launched, and
it still is.
It's still there, a 4x or 5x when it launched. So I mean, this isn't too bad. It's Waves that's terrible. Waves and Rise and Breakout Coin and all these shitty
and
ICOs
Trig,
What happened was people saw ICOs do well, so everybody thought, if we get into an ICO, you'll do well. But then what happened was they were all overvalued, like way overvalued. Something like tokens, did the ICO like 5 months ago, and they haven't even hit an exchange, man. It's like pretty shit, and that thing was valued like 100k BTC, like 40 mil, back then. Now it's like 60 mil, and they haven't even hit an exchange. So I mean, what do you expect to happen when something is way overvalued? Because dumbasses are just piling in, thinking, I'm gonna make 5x when this thing launches,
Yeah, I get a lot of people message the shitcoin talk account asking about new ICOs and stuff, and I don't know. Lisk was like the only ICO I've really personally ever invested in. I think it's risky as hell. But man, if it does pay out, sometimes like Rep or Ethereum and whatnot, but it's just not something that I do. And like this right here is kind of one of those reasons. Like Trig is like it's shitty ICO, but I mean
don't even talk about all the shitty ICOs coming up on treks that they're just pushing on noobs. Those ones are all crap.
Yeah. This is bad. Like you bought at 12,000, you bought at 15,000, all the way up to 20,000, and then what? I don't even know. Like a week later, it's at 3,000. So I'm like, what? I don't even know.
Yeah, ICOs are definitely
it's bad.
Hit and miss. I mean, you could definitely get some good ones, or you can get wiped out by some, real quick.
Yeah.
It's this is not something I suggest really.
The thing is,
unless you've done your research.
There's a wave, between like ICOs and like how much well they do, So an ICO comes out, they buy it a little bit, then it does well. Then like 10 more ICOs come out, and then people all pile in, and those all do really shitty. And then one comes out, and no one trusts it, and then it gets undervalued. And then people buy it. That's the thing, So all these Ethereum-based ICOs getting funded in 10 minutes, that's just crazy, Like, what is Singular TV done? What is whatever the fuck the other one was called, the gaming shit. Yeah, First Blood. Yeah, a lot of these things. You gotta find the ones that are not overvalued and buy those ones, right? But then when you do well, don't pile on to the next 20 that are there just to steal your money, because they'll get overvalued and you lose your shirt. So
the biggest thing to remember on the ICOs is kind of what blockchain the coin's going to be built off of. Obviously, all the ICOs built on ETH are struggling right now because of the attacks on the Ethereum chain. And then kind of how are the coins being dispersed? We had a lot of ICOs that basically said, depending on how much money we get, depends on how many coins we get, which basically just massively inflates the supply. I believe the ones that did pretty well had a fixed supply, and then depending on how much money they raised was how many coins you'd get, and that would cause the value to go up per coin based on more money. And so that's my preferred model for kind of ICOs. It's like, so the ICO is X amount of coins, and depending on how much money we get is how many coins you get, and you can basically math the value from that, as opposed to the coins are this much, how much do you feel like buying? Because then you just have a fuck ton of coins out there, and that shit gets real weird fast.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Are you guys
right now
mining anything?
What?
No, I'm mining anything new. I'm not mining anything new. Really, nothing has come across my way that interests me, mining-wise.
No, my GPU rigs are still on Ethereum because it's profitable for the moment. They might switch, especially if we get some GPU miners for these anonymous coins that are coming out. So, waiting and seeing.
Yeah, I normally I'm like the first guy to try and wreck some new coin with a ton of hash, but yeah, nothing good is coming out lately, and I mean, yeah, the last thing I mined was Zcoin, and that was like a CPU thing, and I got like bored of it in like 3 hours. So I mean, yeah, hopefully we get some hash mining rig rentals and hash. They put up some Equihash mining things, so we can get in on Zcash, and then maybe like the Zcash clones, we can get in on that. But right now, there's nothing good. Random wallet builders shitcoin.
Yeah. Well, Juggalo, you mine anything?
Still on Mazacoin here. I haven't been too thrilled with any of the SHA-256 coins coming out. A lot of them kind of feel like a lot of the serial developers, things like that. Nothing too intriguing that have enticed me enough, so I'm just holding off on all those for the time being until something piques my interest.
Yeah, Mazacoin. It's a good one. But is that you're just baselining kind of Mazacoin? So when you're mining Mazacoin, you're like obviously trying to accumulate it, right? You're not just selling it straight for BTC.
Yeah, this is for a longer term play. No, I've actually already wrapped up baselines on the current setup right now. Pretty much kind of worked through zpool.ca and their fractional hash splitting, profit switching, auto exchanging pool to go through and kind of determine what my BTC earned daily baseline is, and then I jump over to altcoins from there and use that to determine my break-evens.
Oh, I got you.
But no, I'm not dumping altcoins right to market in this case.
Good. I'd be pissed if you were.
One of the good ones,
That's what I do miss is the new coin launches that actually have, something to provide. It's not an ICO where the developer is trying to get $1 million up front. Like back in the day, you mine in Black or VRC or Bitcoin Dark or, all those coins, and they ended up sustaining value and providing something. That's really what I miss mining coins. Everything now that looks good is an
It's an
ICO.
ICO.
So they get the payday up front,
Dude, yeah, and the ones that do look decent that you want to mine, there's just a bunch of other people that are fiending for a good mining launch too. So you're most likely going to get out hashed.
Totally.
There's people that are just itching for a good launch. Zcash is a good example. Like everyone's ready for that. So.
Yeah, the CPU stuff kind of makes it a little more difficult, but people do find a way to optimize things and crank that hash up. Several PCs are doing some kind of cloud service or whatever the case may be. But yeah, somebody always has some kind of advantage, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah, and the profit they can make by having that advantage is just, it's crazy how much. Yeah. Well, you guys looking at anything else? You got anything else you want to throw out there?
Still kind of keep my eye out for some low cap coins that haven't pumped yet. There's still a couple there on Polo. I'm not going to tell you which ones they are. It's pretty easy to find out. Just go to Coinergy and start, going through them. Couple that have potentially had test pumps. A small double isn't really much of a pump in this day and age. Look at something like Potcoin that spiked from 100 to 800 and then went from 800, to whatever the fuck it went, like 7 times from that. Yeah, it went 7 times from that. That's kind of what you're looking for some of these big moves. So I think I was concerned for a little bit with the Bitcoin ETF decision because if that caused Bitcoin to pump, we might have seen some alts bleed out a little bit. But since that's been delayed for 24 days from earlier this week, we should have 3 more weeks to play with alts.
Can someone explain what that is? The Bitcoin ETF thing? Does anybody actually understand it?
It's just the electronic trading fund for the Winklevoss brothers. I don't know the specifics on it yet.
I think it is. It's basically users who don't want to buy actual, Bitcoins.
Yes, an ETF that's essentially based on Bitcoin. They have lots of ETFs
by
out there.
actual Bitcoin.
Yes,
Okay.
It's backed by Bitcoin as opposed to other stuff, commodities or stocks, I believe. And I think, what did I read on Twitter? It got delayed because the SEC read some comments on Reddit by some dude. He was concerned about, the relationship between that and the market price over at Gemini, so they want to look at it some more. Really fucking hilarious, but it got delayed, so, Bitcoin Moon has probably been pushed back. There are a lot of people that are super bullish on Bitcoin right now. And I like it when I see, when everybody's screaming moon, that's the time to take a step back and ask yourself if we're really going to fucking fire the rocket. So I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of nice shakeout dumps here. So that people are screaming that Bitcoin's going to die again, and then, maybe we can take off. So I think we're going to have some action. I don't think we're going to be purely sideways for the next ETF. I definitely think we're going to have some moves up and down here. Some nice margin chop, hit those margin callers, kind of let some of the bigger players increase their positions.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm probably going to get back into Bitcoin if it dumps nicely. I'm not really looking to get into position right now. And then I'm really looking at alts because they gave us a 3-week reprieve before we have to be concerned about anything.
Right. Dude, yeah, that's kind of, I didn't realize that Bitcoin was expected to pump. I didn't know anything about this. And it's kind of interesting they pushed it back after the Zcash launch now too. So I wonder how that's going to affect you know, I've Zcash is going to drain alts, and
As
then
if for
Bitcoin's going to drain Zcash or what? I have no idea. So,
Another coin that's been on my radar. It's actually been doing fairly well. Stratus.
oh yeah, there was someone in the. I forgot about that one. Yeah, someone wanted to talk about that one. I could definitely throw that up. Yeah, tell us, educate us.
I haven't been keeping up, honestly, with the development side of things, but solid ICO has been holding, these levels. So, I forgot who was mentioning something, but something's supposedly brewing in regards to some releases they got going, but it's been holding up well on Trex.
Actually, one of the few Trex coins that I think is not shit and like. It did really well. It had that nice spike back there beginning of September, but it's kind of bounced nicely here recently, and it's one of the ones I've been buying and sold some close to top and bought more here on the most recent dip, because like the size market cap, 3.5 million with about 100 million coins. And remember, just put that in perspective, we spoke about C2 a minute ago, which has the exact same coin supply, roughly, and is worth 200,000.
Right.
So, that's kind of the difference here. But obviously, this one is, I like the shape of the chart. I think it could do well. It sucks that it's on Trex. If it was on Polo, we could have a lot of fun with it. But, I also think if Polo was going to add any Trex coins, this is one of the ones that would be at the top of the list, in my opinion.
Right.
Simply because it does have some solid development behind it.
Yeah. Nitacoin, what you got? Any picks or things you're looking at?
A lot of things I'm looking at, but the one coin I'm really focused on right now is Hunter Coin. I've been pretty vocal about it lately. I think just the potential of it with it being a blockchain game makes it have endless potential. It's just really people got to come and find it. It's a cool game, cheap price, one of the cheaper coins on Polo still. Had a little bit of a test last week. We ran up over 100 some odd Bitcoin for a couple days and got a little pump out of it. Someone's been eating it up. So, but overall the project's great. I'm a fan of it, and I think long term should be successful.
It also, it's one of the gaming coins that hasn't really exploded. You look at was it BCY? Really fucking went sky high.
BCY does a blockchain game, and they go,
Cred, 1CR has something to do with games as well. So it's in that wheelhouse, and it's it's been down. If you can zoom out a little bit more on that chart, it's been fucking in the shitter since the beginning of 2015.
Yeah.
So, we literally just broke out of an almost 2-year low level. It's been stuck. Yeah, I mean that weekly says it all. Look at all the green on the most recent weeklies. I mean that's a very good sign, in my opinion, that it's going to keep on going up. And even if it just keeps on going up at that steady rate, I'm okay with that. At some point, they'll just fucking launch it.
Yeah, I think so too. They cleared up. Whoever bought that volume the other day, he cleared up all the cells there. So now he's letting them build the cells back up, and he'll probably wipe them out again. But yeah, as for, like you said, blockchain games, Bit Crystals is worth 8 million market cap, and Hunter Coin is sitting here worth 300,000. So a lot of potential.
Yep, a lot of room up, that's for sure. And we were looking the other night. Coinage doesn't even show the whole history, but like there was a period of time where Hunter Coin was up in like the 100,000s or something like that. So
yeah, opening days on Polo.
Yeah, which might not matter that much, but still, I mean, it was up there, so it's kind of funny. And it is Polo only. There's no other exchange that actually has Hunter Coin.
And it is decent big volume, so it should be free of any delisting scares. Although, like I said, the Lost Polo delisting batch was the only one I've seen in forever. I don't expect them to delist a whole lot more anytime soon.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah, the volume the other day was insane. They had, I think they peaked around $180,000 USD for volume. So yeah, on a $300,000 market cap, that's a good buy up.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, when the volume is starting to exceed the whole market cap, you got to you got to wonder, you know.
Yeah, that serves probably as a good reminder, just like, say, like one of the game-related coins or research-related or marijuana-related coins takes off, some of the others kind of tend to follow. So not a bad idea to kind of keep an eye on some of those, kind of like we've seen with pot taking off, and kind of dope and can seeing a bit of action as well recently. And
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we talked about that last time with Monero and all the other clones kind of pumped off.
yeah, the privacy ones.
Yeah.
Did they just call it
No.
Monero?
Yeah, 9 out of 10 of the rewards for the mining for Hunter Coin get put onto the game. So it's an opportunity for people to go onto the game and try and accumulate a little bit of coins. So
Yeah, that is interesting.
They
And it's
get-
all in wallet, like it's just
it's
all built in.
Yeah, it's all built into the wallet, and the coins come up as the blocks go by, and they just randomly spawn all over the map and go and get them. So
Dude, I might have to play that. It sounds fun. So yeah, I'm chilling. I'm not really looking at much. Kind of the same thing.
The only other one I'm watching, let me just take a look here, is I'm still watching Florin.
Yes.
Also another one of those coins with devs, decent project. You know, the guys over there, I know they're looking to add a second project, but right now their entire team is fully focused on Alexandria, which is built on the Florin blockchain.
Dude, aren't you worried that they're gonna get delisted from Bittrex? Like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck?
huge concerns.
You know, we had the recent buy up above 600, and historically it's always come right back down every fucking time. You know, it'll go from the low 4s, 500s. Oh, you know, we broke 600. Oh, we're in the 700s, and then, you know, right back to where we started. But for a welcome change, we're sitting in the mid 600s, which is unheard of for this coin, at least. And like I said, also active dev market. It has real world application. You know, if they get some sort of a contract, some sort of a deal with any media company to test them out, you could see this thing just fucking launch itself. Because I know, who was it? The guys are at LVRY recently got some VC funding, and they do a similar thing. At least, you know, their idea is storing media on the blockchain. So
Yeah,
it's a project that still has a lot of untapped potential, as you know, more industries are moving towards blockchain tech. You know, we've seen a lot of the banks look towards it, but I definitely think we're going to see other industries pursue the potential of blockchain-based solutions, and for media, which is what their target market is. You know, visual, audio, videos, that kind of stuff. Maybe the first door you knocked on.
Yeah, there's. I can't remember where I read it, but someone was talking about getting shitcoin talk on the Florin blockchain. I was like, oh man, I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
Right. I gotta say, I agree with you on that. That goes with the gaming, all the news. I think all of that's going to be on a blockchain, not so much as, you know, people accepting the coin just for accepting the coin. They're going to use it for the blockchain. So you'll see a lot of that coming up. I think news would be a really big thing.
Yeah.
I agree. We're getting close to an hour. So I mean, if you got anybody want to throw anything else out there before we wrap things up?
Yeah, anybody watching got any questions while we close it up? It'd be a good time to ask us now. We'll see if we can't answer them real quick.
Oh yeah, someone watching the YouTube troll box.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on it. Somebody asked
Anything
about
good?
StartCoin. Max Kaiser can go fuck himself. That's the official shitcoin talk opinion. I'll just speak for all of us.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I had a dream that StartCoin was pumping last night.
I mean, it's up a little
Like,
bit, but you know,
It's a little bit, but I mean, I thought the dream was.
Vox. I mean, Vox pumped.
It's not
Vox is back to
dream,
you
it's a
know
nightmare.
where it was before they announced their news. You know, it's the same thing. It's another AIDS infested coin in my opinion.
Just quickly on that, with the Bank to the Future accepting it for the Kim.com project, they said Kim will accept StartCoin or something like that. If that is the case, that just means that more StartCoin will get dumped. So
Right.
I
Doesn't
don't
mean
expect
anything
this.
real.
I don't expect this uptrend to last very long.
Like I said, I mean, I'd expect it to almost
Still
do
hold
what
the bag,
Vox
though.
just did. You know, Vox had that spike because they had their little bit of news piece, and now it's, you know, back to where it was pre 2-day spike. And I could definitely see Start doing the exact same thing. People that caught the bottom got a nice quick 40-50% flip, and it's going to come screaming back down to earth.
Yes,
Bag
I like
holders who
acquiring
bought
the,
on garbage news.
The new Vox lows. I love looking at those. They make me so happy. So much butthurt. Sweet. Yeah, we'll just end on a Vox chart. That's a good way to end the shitcoin talk.
Yep.
Well,
See, nice spike, and now it's back to fucking death and AIDS and whatever other diseases it picked up on the way down.
Stop buying this. Stop.
Yeah, don't buy it. Just stop buying Vox.
Every time we have a show, we always have to put our disclaimer out there. We are shitcoin talk, not professional, and don't buy Vox.
Yeah.
Do not buy
But
Vox.
that is our professional opinion from us non-professionals.
Yes. Yes. Well, sweet, guys. I think we did another successful show. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, you guys.
Cheers, guys.
We'll see you next week.
See you
Yeah.
next week. Make sure you
Guys.
make sure you subscribe for the channel.
Yeah, subscribe, follow, retweet, like, favorite, give me this.
All
Yeah.
that
Nine.
bullshit. Do it all. Do it all. Okay.
Yeah.
Tweet
All
us
right,
your
guys.
questions early.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, DM the account, do whatever you want. I don't know. It's Shitcoin Talk. We are out of here.